drinks that happened was my my misunderstanding with Isabella. That should be 3 weeks ago. Yeah, I didn't process all of that. I just saw it as something that was the first. I just saw it as something that happened, and then I just moved on from it. And because I'm not one to, with a friend, I do not know how do I put it, keep malice and all of that. So I just tried to sort it out, which I did, and I moved on from it. I didn't process all of that happened. That was a Thursday. Yeah, that was a Thursday, and I remember Isabella said she asked if there was anybody in charge of drinks, and according to her, she said, "You said," and I quote, that she can do what she likes, and apparently she took it. I think she took it. She took it away. Okay, she took it as okay. She can like do whatever, and it's becoming a fight. And since Isabella is my friend, everybody in the house, everybody, I mean, by when I say everybody, I mean Thelma Lawson, and then I think it was Thelma Lawson, Tracy, Dede, Mide, Joanna. They kept going on and on about how she's empty and how the only thing she knows how to fight for, drinks and smoke and all of that, yada yada yada. They were saying all of that, and the thing is, I didn't say anything back to them because it's not something that I should respond to. That's what they want to do. But at the same time, I can talk to my friend, right? And I went to Isabella and I told her that, look, I don't like the look of this. I get that is not what it is, but I don't like the look of this. Now I want this to be different, right? I feel like they already know a reaction that you would give, and I would like it if you wouldn't give that reaction today just for a change. And then she went on and on about how she must fight, she must fight. And then I told her that you don't have to fight every time. You live to fight another day. Like, it doesn't have to be every time. There's just sometimes that winning a fight, you just have to walk away from it, and then you've won the fight already. So you don't have to fight every time. So I tried to say that to her, and she went on and on about saying how, in her words, I don't have mind. And I told her that it's not about having mind. I feel like I have passed that there's some things that I have passed. Not like, I don't mean past as far fighting for drinks. I mean like some situations that I've seen that it just stopped me. That there are just some things that are not worth it. There's some things that there's some things that you just let be. You don't have to talk. You don't have to face. Like, where did that even come from? Because I refuse to fight for drink. Because I refuse to fight for drink, then I'm two-faced. Because I'm trying to talk to my friend, not to respond a certain way, because that's what she has been doing. And I just felt like, as my friend, I needed her to do something. Like, that is just basically me giving my friend an advice, and then I'm two-faced. So I told her instantly to take it back, and I didn't like it. And then she said the story in a condescending manner. She was like, okay, I've heard, sorry, okay, I hear you. It's just rubbish. And, she stood there with Isabella, and then they were dragging drinks. Well, I walked away. I said nothing. I said nothing to Isabella, and it went on that way. That was a Thursday. And I think after about 30, 40 minutes, I was going upstairs, and I saw Kola and Bright Morgan. I think they went into the room to talk to Emisi, because Emisi went to take spoons from the kitchen or something like that. So Kola came out, and Kola was like, oh, go and talk to your friend. And I'm like, okay. So I felt like she was calmer. Because imagine that day, Isabella she didn't wear her full bikini set. She wore a short. All because she wanted to drag drinks, that at the end of the day, she didn't even get to drink, and she didn't enjoy herself at the party. And that is what it was meant to be for, to enjoy yourself, for crying out loud, for Pete's sake. You've been busy Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then the first day it has like the minding because it's a Thursday. Treats for God's sake. And funny, it was even again. I heard Lawson saying, "Oh, she even wore shorts to come and fight," and I feel like in the it in the room, so I saw her walk out. And then I went to her and I was like, Isabella, she was holding a tray. She was holding a tray with food in it, and then there was pepper in it. And I mentioned in this house that I don't touch pepper. I don't like pepper is cut or open because I react to start seeing like some. I react to pepper. I don't touch it. So when I want to use pepper, I find people that can, help with the pepper cutting and all of that. I don't touch pepper. I can only touch it when it's whole. But then touching pepper. So I saw her and I said, Isabella. And the next thing she was like, on top of her voice, she screamed like, so that I don't fucking talk to me in this house anymore. Yada, yada, yada. And then she took the plate and then she slammed it on the wall and then it splashed on my body. I'm just so grateful that pepper didn't enter my eye that day because I would have seen pepper. So that happened. And when she said that, I felt disrespected. As I was feeling disrespected, I didn't just have one emotion like flowing through me. I was sad. I was sad because my friend didn't see the angle I was coming from. I was angry because Emisi made the statement she made, all because I was just trying to talk to my friend to make her see reasons as to why she shouldn't do some certain things, probably a certain way, at least advise my friend. And I felt disrespected because of that act, because that is disrespect. Coming to my face, screaming that way, I would have probably appreciated it if she just ignored me and walked away because, well, that's not her person, but that's my person. My person is I would ignore you and walk away like you don't exist. I would take you back 2 years before I met you, meaning I didn't know you existed. So yeah, I can ignore like that. So if I don't want to talk to somebody, I'll ignore you. You can be yapping and I'll just walk past you like not like I'll walk past you because you don't exist. I don't see you. Right? I feel like I would have preferred that, but then that's my person. That's what I would do, what Isabella would do. But at the same time, it is disrespectful. Screaming on top of your voice in front of my face and then doing that and then splashing on me and you walking in, that's disrespect. So I felt those three emotions at once that I didn't process because I was going to use the bathroom. I went to use the bathroom, came back, went downstairs, and I had to be in the party. Like, I just had to be present there. So I was present in that party. I didn't process what just happened. And after the party, drinks and all of that, going to bed, and the next day, we're waking up in the morning and we're going to exercise, and another day starts. Now, I didn't have the time to process that. But then for every day after Thursday that I woke up, I saw Isabella, and then the feeling was weird. Now, that was the only weird feeling I got to feel. And then on Saturday, I used the bathroom, and then she was going to use the bathroom. She was coming up the stairs, and I saw her, and I asked her, I asked Isabella if we could talk. And she was like, yes, Sultana, leave me, I don't want to cry, blah, blah. And I'm like, yo, let's talk, right? It doesn't make sense, it's weird. You get me? And she was like, okay, we went out, we stepped outside, and then we talked for a bit. We went back into the party, we came out, we talked more, and, I just needed to explain to her why, I talking to her about way. And she was then telling me her own parts. I wasn't then able to express the fact that I felt affected. I was sad and I was angry. I didn't expect that. I only apologized to her for making her feel that way. And just because she felt that way does not mean that I did something wrong. I was just apologizing for her feelings because she felt like I was, you know, I was letting her be. Not what happens, but at the same time, it things, and then she felt a certain way. And that was the reason why I was apologizing, not because I was wrong. Now, that happened, and I didn't process all of it. I didn't get to all of that. I just apologized for her feelings and went on to do other things. Now that is there somewhere in my head. I had not processed that. It was just somewhere there because I was doing other stuff. Then Sunday came. Yeah, Sunday came and we were all seated, and I think it was that yapped rubbish about they were going back and forth. She called me she called me an anglerfish, and she called Joanna a Dracula, and then she said Joanna has ugly feet, and they kept going back and forth, back and forth. And the next thing I'm hearing Joanna saying, and I quote, she was like, "That one, that's disrespectful. That kind of tone." I've always said she's disrespectful anyway. That that's I feel like that's one of the reasons why we didn't really like have conversations. We just surface level talk, maybe arena and then around. Yeah, because of that attitude. So and she was like, that one, they pour that one pepper and she still go back with the talk, sorry. Now in my head I'm like, what the hell? How is my relationship with my friends your business? Like like you all will say, like you all have your slang. Mind the business that pays you. Mind that one. Mine, I don't think, does mine pay them though? I think it does. Mm. I think it does in a way, but then moving on. Mind your own business. That is my friend, right? It is my friend's, my relationship with my friend. You're not meant to. But then she has her mouth at the end of the day. When she said that, it sort of took me back to, you know, my my feelings that I had not processed. But at the same time, because the whole banter was going back and forth, I I lost hold of it, and then it was just there somewhere. Now, for that was the one thing. Yeah, that was the one thing, and then the what else again? Uh, what else? Yeah, that was one of the things, right? And when I was alone in the lounge, plus yeah, my decision I had to make on Monday, the whole Sunday with the Jason Joanna thing under the duvet. Yeah, yeah, that's then the Jason Joanna thing. Now, I had this conversation with Jason, though not everybody in the house, nobody. Okay, yeah, not everybody in the house. No, I think a few people, one person knows, but not everybody in the house knows, and because there is that, I really don't think about it to worry about it, regardless of what other people might think or say in the house. But then I am this kind of person that if I am messing with one person, I would want to mess with one person. And when I'm messing with one person, I like for that person to respect the fact that I am messing with that person and don't mess around somewhere, because don't mess around somewhere and then you come back. I don't do that. If you want to mess around somewhere, go mess around somewhere. I can't be self-respect. I can't be doing that. I don't want to use the word sharing because sharing is too huge for this kind of situation. Sharing is too much, right? But then yeah, I know you get what I mean by when I'm messing with one person, it should be that one person and then vice versa. Yeah, to make it short, vice versa. Now that's the only reason. So I felt pissed, because not pissed per se. I felt in a way because if he would talk to me, okay, he came to me and told me, oh, there's some things that he wouldn't like. Example, if he sees me, sometimes he sees me talking to Faith, or sometimes Kocha, my guy, Kocha just comes and holds me a certain way, it makes him feel somehow, blah blah blah. Plus, okay, so he just said it one time. As far he's saying that there should be respect in whatever thingy